Welcome everybody to the first vlog from Superstar Thomas Swing. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing these pretty regular as long as I got something to talk about and I got people willing to listen to me. I want to get a couple plugs out of the way. Oh, first, my plan is doing these either weekly or bi-weekly. Just depends on the reaction I get from them and how well they go over with the people. I'm probably going to do some, question and answering sessions where send me questions and I'll pick two questions to answer, and I'll answer them about anything. But first, I want to get some plugs out of the way. Of course, as you know, every Sunday night, Georgetown Bingo Hall in Georgetown, Kentucky, you got the United Wrestling Federation. Current heavyweight champions Frank the Tank and current tag team champions, is myself, Superstar Thomas Swing, and the Lone Wolf Bobby Blade. Even though I'm looking to push him out in the future for a new tag team partner. Even though I am the one-man tag team, UWF law says I have to have a tag team partner to hold them belts. And last week, we tried to have a match to determine the actual tag team champions. I picked Chris Cash, the one and only, with the man with the golden voice. I picked Chris Cash to take on Bobby Blade and his partner John Strange, and of course, as many of you know, that match ended in a double disqualification after me and Blade kind of shoved the referee out of the way to get to each other. All I want to say is I got some stuff in store for Bobby, some stuff he never seen coming. Yeah, that's good to know. I also want to give a plug to the United States Wrestling Federation. They have a show on April 7th out of McKinney, Kentucky. The main event is the Masked Superstar versus Frank the Tank in a title versus mask match. Should be very good to see. Also, be John Strange against U.S. champion Alex Angel in a McKinney street fight, world famous match. Should be a fun one. Also, with Stevie Phillips in their corner, to be Criminal Intent, Duke Allstriker and Arson with Smith Summer Rain against the White Trash Wrecking Crew of Scotty Ray and Corey Static. As far as that card, that's all I know on that. And in Georgetown, all you gotta do is see the pictures the lovely Criminal Felony Fox puts online, and that usually tells you the card. Now, I'm also going to use this forum, as a way to vent my frustrations, maybe my opinions, because every asshole's entitled to their opinions, and I have one too. And it's about a lot of stuff that's been going on in the last few weeks, as far as greenhorns go in the business. I was broke in by Rated X and Cousin Jed. They trained me, and I was always taught that in your first 5 years in the business, you're a greenhorn. In other words, you sit down, you shut up, and you don't have an opinion. It seems like here lately, a lot of greenhorns have an opinion, and they think they know what they're doing when they suck. And I can think of at least three greenhorns that come to mind. I'm not naming names, but when they see this, they'll know I'm talking about them. You got one that says he's not a jobber, so it means he don't like to lose. Really, man, I did some of my best work while losing. That's the truth. If you're a good worker, you will know how to get over, become popular, even when you get beat. Because the name of the if you do something spectacular, the people don't remember you getting pinned. They remember what you did. And I've had a few occasions where that happened. I got beat, but they don't leave in there thinking, hey, he just got beat. It's, hey, did you see what he did to that guy? Oh my God, and that's a lost art form in the business today, and a lot of people really don't know how to get that over. And it's mainly new people. I had great teachers, because the name of the game isn't how, if you get all your crap in, or if you win. It's entertaining the people. And if you're in this business and you think that it's all about you, you're dead wrong. It's about the show. It's about the match. It's not about you. I mean, granted, we all think, we all got that ego in us. If not, we wouldn't be doing this. That wants to see us win, become champion, blah, 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 be the hometown guy, all that stuff. But in this business, you got to put that in the back burner, because if not, the true veterans of this business, and for the record, I'm not saying I am one, the true veterans in this business will rip you apart, and you will deserve every minute of it. I've seen other greenhorns, come up with the stupidest finishes that make no sense, but because they thought of it, and they're with another wrestler or seeing someone else in the business, that all of a sudden they have an opinion. And I'm sorry, that's not the case. I've had someone say, "Oh, we're going to end this match under the ring in a false count anywhere match under the ring." Are you insane? You got a TV camera up under the ring so people can see what the hell's going on? I think not. And then, it's just, oh God. You get people that work places, they go to different places, they work, and because somebody tells them they're great, they automatically think, I'm good. Even though I suck, you suck. I sucked until about my 4th year in the business, and then I started to get a clue, and I still wasn't good. And a lot of people just don't get that. And they think coming straight in, they're going to say, I won't do this, I won't do that. That don't work either. You do what your boss tells you, or you're done. And you don't mark out in front of names, like I've seen some do here recently. I've met a lot of people that I grew up watching on TV, but never once did I get like getting ready to jump out of my skin because, oh my God, I've seen them. I took some pictures with them, yes, and that was just kind of for memory's sake, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But when you try to embarrass a locker room in front of a name, you don't belong in one. Simple. And a lot of greenhorns just don't understand that. Then you get some greenhorns that don't want to listen to their trainer. And the way I was brought in, there was a lot of respect for your trainer and a lot of loyalty. You asked if you could go work somewhere else. You didn't just go do it. That's respect. And a lot of people just don't have it, And true, there's no contracts, but it's about loyalty and respect. And a lot of people, and I can think of two, have neither. You get some people that before they get in the business, they've got a bad reputation for being around shows, and then when they finally find one person or one group of people that will say, you know what, we've heard all this garbage about Lawrenceburg, but we're going to do you a favor, and we're going to give you a shot. They give them a shot, they get a big head, and how do they repay their loyalty? They fuck them over. They make them look bad. Then they try to get the show shut down. Man or woman, you try to take food off my table because, granted, I don't make no big payday, but I make pretty good money doing what I do. For an indie wrestler. And if you try and take that away from me, that's personal. And, I just found out about this recently. And anything happens to you, I don't feel, I'm not going to do something to you because I'm not stupid like that. But when somebody finally does take your head and shove it up your ass, I don't feel bad for you. Why should I? Because eventually, when you get a bad reputation, you can fool some people all the time, but you can't fool all the people some of the time. Eventually somebody's going to look past your little facade and see how horrible you are, and then teach you a lesson. Especially, when you seem to create drama wherever you go. I mean, that's just saying. Then you get some people that don't want to pay respect to veterans. And that is reprehensible. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've met some veterans that are dicks, but when you're a greenhorn in the business, you learn to eat shit and like the taste of it. Because they're testing you. And recently had somebody had an awesome angle put in their lap, but because they didn't like a certain part of it, and a part of it that didn't mean, it was no big deal. It wasn't like they was asking you to go out in front of the crowd in a thong or something. They said, I'm not doing that. I don't like that. I'm not doing that. It's grown up world, honey. Time to grow up. I mean, like I've said, I don't like spiders, but if somebody booked Victoria or whatever her name is on TNA right now, booked her on a show and she brought that little freaking spider with her, I would be cool to do business. I mean, I might be scared shitless, but I'd still do business because I'm a smart businessman to know that there's money involved there. Some people don't have that smarts in them. They think they know what's best for an angle, and they don't have a damn clue. Hell, they don't probably know who. Hell, they can't even name people that's been in the business before Steve Austin. If you was to walk up to her and say, "Who's Mildred Burke?" wouldn't have a clue. I know who Mildred Burke is. I've seen some of her matches. Granted, it's a little hard watching on the old black and white, but still, I mean, when I got in this business, I learned that you had to study it. Because if you just thought that, the only wrestlers out there was John Cena, The Rock, Austin, and Triple H, I mean, as great as they are, I took the time to learn. Because I have a passion for the business. I love the business. And unfortunately, some people only love themselves in the business. And that's bad for business. And some people just don't understand that. Tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, I know a great many people that tell me I'm right on that. It ain't matter, unlike you. If you think I'm talking about you, then I probably am. And this is my way of venting. And I was going, I've been toying with the idea of doing a vlog for a long time, and you gave me the ammunition. I've just been wanting to shoot on it for so long that, and then I finally was given the ammo, and I'm shooting away. And if I lose friends, and the fucked up thing about this is the other half of the equation is losing friends over your dumbass decisions. Losing friends that would fall for him to the grave, all because of you, and you're not worth it. You're not worth it. Not worth it one bit. Worst thing they ever did was get you in the business. And it pisses me off so much because I'm a stickler for loyalty. I'm very loyal to the people that are loyal to me. And these people were loyal to you when no one else was and got you into business. And you repaid them by fucking them over. Don't ever be in a locker room with me again. You know who I'm talking, and you know who you are that I'm talking about. All right, now that the heat's died down, I want to thank everybody that took the time out of their busy day to watch my vlog, and hopefully I'll have another one in a couple weeks, and we'll see what's going on. And this is the Superstar Thomas Wing signing off. Oh, and don't forget, UWF Gimmick Table. Don't forget me. I got t-shirts for sale. As hold on, let me see here. The next show I'm on for UWF will be on the 8th of April. And I will be able to take debit cards and credit cards. See you then.